Hello every piece of early 2000s chunky VTech plastic. That's right. Today we're going to be comparing the two models of the VTech Playtime bus. Now you may say, yep, there are a few more of them. There was one from like 2011, there was one from 2014, but I wouldn't call those models of the traditional Playtime bus. Now, the one on the left was the original from 2004, and the one on the right, even though it may not look it, is actually newer. It's from 2014. So I want to start off with a few physical differences. The 2004 is much bigger. I feel like it rolls a little better. The letter buttons and number buttons are on the side, and there are 4 character buttons on the top. And there is a mode slider where the door on your usual bus would be. And then on the other side, you get more of the window detailing. And I'll get up to what these buttons do in a sec. On the newer one, again, mine looks very old and faded. This is what it looks like. Looks slimmer. The number buttons no longer are actually shaped like numbers, they're just circles, or ovals I should say. And the buttons on the side are much smaller, and they don't really feel like they press compared to the 2004 one. This one, like that on the top, the back is the same. So, and the slider is on the back, and they added a new control, this door on the front. So, and also this one has a face. For some odd reason. This one, I guess you could say it kind of does, but it's not as noticeable. Anyway, I'm going to take them out of frame, and we're going to start by looking at the one from 2004. So here is the original one from 2004. Like I said in the kind of intro section, it's much bigger. I kind of feel like there was more plastic in this one. I'm not going to mention the bottom of these too much, but that's what the bottom looks like. It's your usual bottom of toy. There's not really much I can say about it. It rolls quite nicely. And also, yes, he's in the corner still. And it's got 3 shape buttons on the top. And this wonderful mechanism on the front, which we'll get to. So, if I power this one on, power switch is, if I remember correctly, on this front side, on like near the front of the bus. You're meant to hold it. You're not meant to hold this thing. Duh. You're meant to kind of have it situated so that it's side on. There we go. I had to straighten my chair up a bit. So you power it on by flipping the switch, and my switch is a little fuzzy, so you might hear a bit of pitch fluctuation, but that's not a fault of the actual toy, more of my unit. So if we power it on, it will sound like this.
Time for school. Let's go to the zoo. Hear the monks go, oh, oh, oh. Let's go to the zoo right now. Phonics, fun for everyone.
So we're in the
Press
first
the
mode.
buttons to start.
And you can hear the samples are very clippy and chopped and very old VTech. So, this is your basic alphabet mode.
Press the buttons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K,
So this one doesn't sound,
M,
I wouldn't say it sounds the best
N,
compared
O,
to like today's
P,
standards.
Q, R, S, R,
There you go. R.
T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Z, and also one thing I forgot to mention is that the numbers are on the bottom on this one. The numbers go.
1, 2,
Oh, they make noises.
3, 4, 5,
Let's put this down.
6,
They're so hard to keep track of because they move. The bus moves.
8,
Oh, I didn't
7,
know.
8, 9, 10.
So this mode doesn't do much. These buttons just activate random phrases.
Choo-choo! Let's go to the train station. School's cool. I love learning phonics.
All of these do the same thing.
I like going to the zoo.
When you roll the bus, it does that, plays the song. And I should probably explain what this does in the middle. This, the front window, when you press the top button, I forgot to mention that these shape buttons, when they do actually do things when you press them, they make noises. Like that. So, when you press this, the middle would change the destination.
The next stop is the train station. Choo-choo! Let's go to the station for the train go. Choo-choo-choo! Let's go to the station now.
So the song does change each time.
The next stop is the school.
You can hear where that's spliced too.
Let's go to the school, learn some letters and numbers too. Let's go to the school right now.
And you get the zoo again.
Next stop is the zoo.
Why there are sheep and cats at a zoo, I don't really know. Anyway, that's beside the point. If we go on to the second mode,
Time to learn the alphabet.
very chiptune sounding, I love it.
Press the button to start.
So these again, I don't think they change in this mode.
I
Yeah, they
love
don't. Okay.
learning phonics.
So in this mode, it's again something that a lot of toys have. It's just your.
A is for apple.
This really isn't. Did this say phonics fun? Okay, what's this?
Everyone.
Oh, here's the other jingle.
Time to learn the alphabet.
The alphabet. There's no phonics
A
in
is
this.
for apple.
I don't think.
A is for B.
No,
Is
okay.
for ball.
If you want to hear an actual audio rip of this, there is one on the Electronic Toy Archive, which I'm
C
glad
is
about.
for car.
Car.
C, D is for
So,
dog.
all of
E
these
is
say what
for
letter they're for,
elephant.
and all that stuff.
F is
I'm not going to
for
spend
fish.
too long on this because, again, there's already a rip out there. I just want to compare the two units. So the third mode,
Quiz time! Press the character buttons to start.
there's again, a nice little tune.
Can you find the square?
Can you find the square? Now, if you leave this one alone,
The square is on the top of the bus.
it actually tells you like little clues. Here's the square,
Square! Yeah!
and then it's gonna. You have to hit a button every time, I think.
Which letter does the word pig begin with?
And then it just asks you various questions.
P is
Various.
the sound of this letter. P.
Like it asks you questions, like it tells you to find the stuff on the bus, or
Orange triangle.
oh, and this mode actually says what these are. Well, it's meant to. I don't know
Blue
why.
star. Green square. Which letter says F?
And then again, if you wait long enough, oh, it just exits. That's really good.
Let's go to the zoo right now.
So that's O.
O says F.
Did it really exit that mode? It did.
Can you find the letter X?
X. We all know that X says X.
X. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just
Could you
a
help me find the number?
just a nice little quiz mode.
1. Yeah.
There's not much replayability to it. I mean, it's just a very basic find it mode.
To the zoo.
And the final mode is the music mode,
Dance to the beat.
where I really think this toy excels in its music. This is another big
Press the
comparison I will get to
buttons start.
on these two units. So these buttons now, these just have the noises again. These now activate different responses.
I
And then all the letter buttons activate different songs. Yep, like, it's not like any of the other older toys from around this time. Every single button on this unit activates a different song, apart from the numbers, which go... I swear the pitch on that just went up. Yeah, there's a thing with this unit. So you got the alphabet song. It has whatever that's called. Don't remember what that's called. Like it though. I like the mix between Square Waves and PCM samples. And this is also a toy I did used to have as a kid, so that's another reason why I really like this thing. Oh, the pitch is really... Let me sort the switch out. Got that. I'm gonna let one of these play while I finish up talking about this. Which one will it be? This one. So this one feels really good. It's got a handle on the back. Thank you for switching to low volume, by the way. Love that. Yeah, the switch is odd on this. But yeah, I think this is a really good toy. In the UK, you can find these relatively cheap as well. There's also another VTech toy. There's another bus I want to get. It's from like 03. Called like the Tap Alphabet Tap bus or something. It's a weird name. There's like one video of it. I don't really know what it does, but it seems cool. Yeah, the 04 one, I think what it excels at is the build quality. The music, I think, is really good. And the modes, well, they don't do much. They're pretty solid. But now I'm going to move on to the one from 2014. And I'm back with the other unit. This is the one that was released 10 years after the 2004. I want to start by saying it is a lot smaller than the 2004 one, which I guess has its pros and its cons. For one thing, it's really good to... It's easier to store, this one. But for another thing, I think the size of the 2004 one really added to the fact that this thing was a bus. I mean, this thing is still decently sized, but the other one just feels a lot more thick, and because mine isn't really compared to this one, my original unit is in really good condition, so the plastic just feels a lot nicer. But yeah, the same details exist on this one. Like I said before, the switch is now on the back side of it, near the handle. These both do have handles, by the way. They look something like this. They're not really anything to talk about. You can hold it by that. You can go, yay! You can hold it, and it's too small for my hand. I wonder why. So this one has the switch there. The power switch is the same. It has 2 volume levels. This one only has 3 character buttons. Graphics on those might be different. I do not know. The slider works the same. So it has 4 modes. And this one adds a new function of this opening door. So that's quite cool. And they added some lights in the front, much to everyone's amusement. Because, fun fact, the way this thing is built, I don't even know if it's the way it's built on the inside. It's just, for some reason, when you put a pickup coil on the speaker of this thing, you get light noises. And if you move it right to where the switch is, you get something that sounds like... And that's really fun. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a reason why there's not an audio rip of this thing up. Though I might do it anyway, just because we need it. Whoa! I just bumped the camera. I'm very sorry about that. So, we're now going to turn this one on. And you will see, this thing is very 2014 VTech. You'll see.
Let's roll! Time for fun! Ride the bus happily to the zoo. See lions, zebras, birds and apes and an owl that just says ooh!
And an owl that just says ooh? Are there owls that say anything else? It's like how some people call cows moo cows. Are there any other cows that don't moo? Anyway, I'm going to stop being very particular now and get on with the actual bloody toy.
Hey, let's play.
Okay, you impatient bus. You won't be able to see these lights in the front of it. They aren't the brightest things in the world. They exist. So this mode again is just like your normal. Although they actually got the phonics on this, so I will give them that. I believe if you press a button multiple times.
Frog begins with the letter sound.
Yeah, so they kind of combined two modes from the original into one.
Rocket begins.
The buttons on this one are, in my experience, a little bit harder to press as well because they're very small. And for everybody's amusement, I'm now going to turn the bus up like this. Because okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Ha ha ha. My toy just swore at me. Anyway, that's what the first mode does. It doesn't do a whole lot. This door as well does the same in all the modes. So we're gonna time to learn our numbers. I don't really understand why this exists. Like, I don't really understand why, but alright, we're doing this. Oh, and this plays music a lot.
1 comes before 2. 2 comes before 3. 2 comes after 1.
So this is like your number order mode.
Before 5. 4 comes after 3. 5.
Can't really complain.
Before 6. 6.
What does it do with 10?
10 comes after 10 comes after 9.
It doesn't come before 11, no? Okay, toy. Okay. What do these buttons do? Don't you know what these do?
Let's count all the cars we see.
I think they just give general bus advice, like...
I sit with my best friend on the bus.
That's not bus advice. I mean...
Let's count. I sit with my best friend.
Oh, it's because these ones actually detect what button you're hitting. Okay, this is the general bus advice button.
I love to ride on the bus.
I don't think it is.
I like to go to school. I love to ride
Nope,
on the
this is your
bus.
school propaganda button. And this one.
Always wear your seatbelt in the car.
What about on the... Oh, yeah. Do buses have seatbelts? I haven't been on enough buses to remember, quite frankly.
Look both ways when you cross a road.
Bang, 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 bang. No one's going to get that reference.
A red light means stop.
Yes, it does.
A green light means go.
Mm-hmm.
We always listen to the bus driver.
Do you? We always listen to the bus driver. You don't have to, but we do.
Always wear your seatbelt in the car.
And this one, you can push it back and forth to play various musics and things.
Challenge time.
The quiz mode. Yay!
Can you find the letter O? Press that
Yes,
letter.
I can find it. It probably wants me to press it. I'm going to stop being difficult now.
O.
Oh.
Great job. Which letter sound does frog start with?
F.
Press a letter to answer.
Yeah, the buttons are a lot harder to feel on this one too.
Terrific.
But, I mean, for all intents and
Which letter
purposes...
makes the sound D?
For all intents and purposes, this one ain't bad. Like, VTech made a lot worse in this time period. I'm looking at you, entire Go-Go Smart Wheels line.
Terrific. Let's count how many children get on the bus.
I see all that kind of... That's the exact noise they make too.
Number to answer.
So if you ever hear that noise, don't worry, that's just some children getting on a bus. Okay, let's hit the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of your tiny number buttons.
Great job.
I don't really know what else to say about this
Letter
mode.
sound does pig start
It
with?
does your general quiz stuff,
Letter
I
to
guess.
answer.
And the final mode is...
Music station.
It's a music station.
Just press a button.
Even though we're on a bus and buses don't have stations? Or do they? I just know that people call them bus stops. They might be called stations in America. Don't know. This one, it plays music. And now I get to talk about the music. I don't know if I'm a fan of the music on this one.
Hey, let's play.
Because it sounds very similar to anything else VTech made in this time period. And I know that's just the stuff they had. But even with like Gadget the Robot that was released 3 years before this, they made the sound font sound a little bit different. But this one just kind of... I feel like if you're going to compare this and the Alphabet Apple from the same year, I haven't heard the Alphabet Apple's music in like a year now, because I didn't have one of those. I had one like last year. I would say the Alphabet Apple's music is probably better than this. But the music isn't horribly bad. It's just not square waves and PCM. So that might be a bit of my bias kicking in going, oh, MIDI is terrible. No, MIDI's not terrible. If it's done right, it can be amazing. Look at Leap Font. Or, I don't know, if you want to be picky and call that not MIDI, look at, well, pretty much anything VTech. See that, like Squawky's MIDI from 2001, or there are a lot of other toys that use MIDI that use it well. I just think this is one of those that kind of, if you like the traditional songs more than the way that they are played, then you will like this thing. But if you like your music sounding unique and individual, probably get the original one if you can, because this is probably the most unique you get. It's just... Hooray for Microsoft GS. And I forgot to mention what this door does. It does this. It opens.
Let's count how many children get on the bus.
Why is it specifically
1,
children getting
2,
on this bus?
3, 4.
It is meant to be a school bus. I just realised that.
7, 8, 9, 10. Wow! 10 children got on the bus.
Crowded ass bus, apparently. Can you move it with the door open and not go close the door? No, it doesn't care. Okay, that's good to know.
Let's keep going.
So this is the same every
Let's
time.
count how many.
So it's just another input to add to the imaginative play aspect of being a bus. And also, I'm going to quickly show off the songs that you get with this. So you get the zoo one.
The next stop is the park.
It's not a train station anymore, it's a park.
Ride the bus. To the park we ride. We'll run and jump and climb so high, and then go down the slide. Whee!
I guess that song isn't too bad. Like, it's a lot better than the other ones, actually. I'll give it that. They tried with these.
The next stop is the school. Ride the bus. Happily to school. There's ABCs and 1, 2, 3. Learning is so cool.
But yeah, that's basically it. I completely forgot to mention that the shapes on the top do things. Because they do things. Not many things. They only kind of... I feel like these only exist because they did on the original. And also they feel slightly different. But yeah, and there's one more feature this bus has that the 2004 doesn't have. I can't have it on camera for this because I haven't found an actual way to get this to work every time. But if you literally try and press every single button at once, it has a test mode. If I go, let's see, I think it's one of these. Or like the last option in this. Okay, yeah, it has a sound test. It has a TM and a sound test. A test mode, I should say, not a TM. So, You get all the music. Also, why is there another version of this? Is that used? I haven't... I had one of these right around the same time as I had the Alphabet Apple. And again, I don't really remember this thing's music, so I'm like, is this used? Is it not used? I don't know. I'm actually going to try and record this one. But yeah, it has a test mode that's actually quite complex. But that's just about all I can say on the 2004 one. So now I'm going to bring them back in, and I'm going to give my final thoughts on what I like about each one, and what I don't like about each one, and all of that fun things. All of that fun things. Yeah, my grammar's not the best today. So overall, I think both of these toys are very similar, and I think they're both pretty decent. If I had to pick a favourite, I'd probably go for the 2004, but it's probably because I just am a complete sucker for anything old VTech. 2014 one is still good though, I think. Like, if you wanted to buy a Playtime bus, brand new in the box, 2014 ones are still being made and sold over here in the UK, so you can find these no problem. Same with the original one, actually. You don't really have too much of a hard time finding them. I don't know if the original one was released in the US. I don't think it was, but then again, consistency and VTech go together like Leap Font and Scout. I'll leave that there. I don't think that ever happened. That's a good thing. But let me know what you guys think of these two, because I think they're both pretty decent. I don't really know of a way to end off this video. I guess we will finally pull him out from the corner and go. Beep boop. He's a robot, and he's here to stay.